What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Sane, and this is the video talking about the most annoying Pokemon that's ever been in VGC. At least in my opinion, I've compiled a list of 10 of them. There's a couple of them that might switch around, specifically these last two, like Primal Groudon, Celestia. They could switch around, but just like in the formats they've been in, I feel like they've just been so annoying, whether they've been too polarizing or they've been just like so frustrating to have to team build around, and whether because they were just so strong, so lame, something. Well, I'll kind of go over each Pokemon, but or just how invalidating to other Pokemon they can be. Yeah, we'll go through it. So I'll start with Groudon, Primal Groudon. It's both primals. I guess you could throw Rayquaza in here too. Just that 2016 Primal Weather War was really annoying. I think Groudon was probably the worst of it. Kyogre's just as bad, so like you could put Kyogre here too. I'm just putting Groudon just because, you know, whatever. The only upside to them is that they were cool. I think that out of all of the unrestricted formats, this is honestly my favorite, which is weird because I hate all unrestricted formats. I don't play in any of them. I literally skip all of them because I think they're boring and dumb. I like this one the most, but it was just, maybe this is why I don't like them so much. Like Zacian could definitely be here too. Like, just, you know what? Take this as the overpowered. Yeah, let's go ahead and change this to the overpowered Uber Pokemon, restricted Pokemon that should be banned. Just all of these stupid Uber unrestricted. Behemoth, Blades, Sacred Sword, Swords Dance, Protect, you know, whatever, you're doing this. Whatever. Yeah, just all of these, like, broken, all of the broken unrestricted Pokemon, I think, are just they're so annoying. You could put a Spectrier here, too. Or, what is it, Calyrex Spectrier? Could go here, too. It's just annoying. The Ice Horse, oh, dude, actually, I forgot about the Ice Horse. Oh my god, that Ice Horse. Not Calyrex, the fucking Glastrier. This thing was annoying. At least this thing was cool. Okay, so let's go honorable mention. Number 1, honorable mention, the number 11th character Pokemon is Glastrier. This thing was annoying. This thing was so stupid annoying because it's just so broken. Like, look, this thing was broken in Trick Room. It was so annoying. The only reason it's not on the list is because, 1, it's cool. I think this Pokemon's really fucking cool. Like, it's really cool. 2, it had to be in Trick Room, so you could, like, if you shut down Trick Room, I guess it didn't have to be in Trick Room. But, like, if it wasn't in Trick Room, you know, you could actually kind of shut down. It was just, like, it was a top tier, but at least it had, like, some answers. At least it was Ice type. Like, if this thing was a different type, it'd be worse. It'd be so much worse. So, it'll be honorable mention. Yeah, the stupid broken non-restricted Pokemon go here. They're just so overpowering. It's just like, well, this is mainly just unrestricted. Let's just call us unrestricted formats. They are so broken and so, like, devastating that there's some Pokemon that just cannot exist in these formats. They literally just cannot exist in these formats, and I think it's so stupid and so lame as someone who loves to be innovative with VGC. Like, I take after, like, Sajin Park, you know, Wolfie, these people who have really innovative teams. Like, I tried to make I made a Zigzagoon work in 2015. It was great. It was fun. It was an actual Pokemon. I love doing that. And in a non-restricted format, you can't do that. You literally cannot do that. Like, Zigzagoon does not exist. You cannot do it. Pachirisu cannot work here. It literally cannot work. It is impossible for some Pokemon to work. I've tried. I've been there. Like, no. So it's just gonna be a non-restricted format. Non-restricted Pokemon as a whole. Second off is going to be Celestia. This is like when Gen 7 first came out. Now Celestia is kind of, you know, whatever. Even with Dynamax, it's like, yeah, kind of whatever. But when it first came out, it was just so annoying. I think I ran some set like these. All these sets are kind of like thrown together. 252 for 252 sets that I can remember from when they were and how they're knowing where they were. This thing was just, it was so bulky. Protect and Leech Seed. This thing would just sit there and stall. And it was so polarizing in that meta just because of the Pokedex that you had to have certain Pokemon like Tapu Koko who had to be alive and healthy because it would die to a heavy slam from this thing, which is annoying as so annoying. You had to have like a good Incineroar didn't have Intimidate yet, and even then like yeah, Incineroar had to be here to take care of this thing, which we'll get to Incineroar later. It had like Arcanine. You just like had to have so many answers to this thing, because otherwise it would just stall you out and win, and it was just like it was the dumbest way to lose. It was just like, oh, I can't kill the Celestia. It's just gonna sit there and heal forever. I think it was actually a substitute. It might have been I think I ran into a couple of substitute sets. I think it was something like Leech Seed, Protect, Leftovers, Substitute, Heavy Slam. I don't even know if Air Slash was there. Let's go ahead and put Substitute just because I remember that. But just something like this. There's some variants of something like this. It was just so annoying. It was so frustrating to deal with. Yeah, I hated it. It's by far the most annoying like stall Pokemon ever. I thought about putting Ferrothorn here too, but at least Ferrothorn has like a quad weakness. That's what keeps it away from me. At least Ferrothorn has a quad weakness, and even then it's like none of them are really that good anymore, you know. Even in Dynamax, like Ferrothorn is pretty good in Dynamax, I think. I don't really play the Dynamax format as much. We'll talk about that with Colossal, and just you'll see as the list goes down. I don't like these new Pokemon. But yeah, it was just the stupidest stall thing ever. Scizor, this is really Scizor in BDSP. I wouldn't really put Scizor here for any other metagame besides just BDSP, so I want to call it like BDSP Scizor. Let's actually call it BDSP. I'll call this non-restricted Celestia. Yeah, BDSP Scizor was just something else. It was such a checkmate. It was so stupid. There really wasn't a lot of good fire types either. Like you had Arcanine, and then like way down the list was like Rotom and Heatran, like Rotom Heat and Heatran, and then you like went further down and you had like Infernape, who can't stay alive until the Scizor gets there. So you had to like get non-fire type checks to Scizor, and it was just annoying. Just like he was just so polarizing, and he just the power that he brought in the metagame was just so irritating to deal with. Like it was such a checkmate. It just didn't seem fair. Like just having a Scizor on your team, or like having to fight one, you're just like, man, I really don't care about the rest of the team. It's just the Scizor. Like you could make a really good team, but like you don't have something for the Scizor. So you literally had to have like Entei, which was okay, Heatran which was okay, Rotom Heat, which was okay, Infernape, which was not very good that format, or Arcanine, who was great. And you probably had Arcanine on most of your teams, which is like fair. But then it's like, okay, well you have to bring this Pokemon, and when you have Pokemon that are so good that you're like required to bring a certain Pokemon to counter that Pokemon, which was Arcanine in this case, it's just dumb and not fun, and I hate that. I hate that in VGC. I hate that in Pokemon, which has 900 Pokemon in it, and you're required to bring this one specific one to beat this Pokemon. I hate that. I hate when that happens, and it happened with Scizor and BDSP. Maybe that's a little extreme, you know, but that's just how I felt. That's how I felt with Scizor in that meta. Colossal, this is Dynamax. I don't like Dynamax. I played in Dynamax format up until it went to non-restricted for the first time. But from the beginning of the year up until that point, I played in non-restricted formats, or in Dynamax formats and Gen 8 formats, and I liked a couple of them. Like at the very beginning of the year when it was like Braviary, Excadrill, Dragapult, there was no Sand. I liked that team. I liked that meta. I think things were cool. I ran like Thundurus, Urshifu, and Landorus. I thought that core was really cool. There's some cool ones, but Colossal was just the biggest reason of why I think Dynamax is dumb. Colossal with Steam Engine weakness policy, you hit it with an Aqua Jet, it gets +2, it gets +2, and both of its attacking stats, which really was just special attack. And if you hit it with a water type or fire type move, you just max your speed, so this just goes like skyrockets. So you're now the fastest thing ever, you're the strongest thing, like one of the strongest things ever. Rock Fire is good offensive typing, and like this just with ×2, and your Dynamax, so you're just launching stupid strong attacks. Not to mention his signature move had residual damage, which is the same thing as all the Kanto starters. I don't know why Colossal had it too. One, too much love for the Kanto starters. Why do they all have this thing? But anyways, And then you have Colossal, who has this residual damage on its Dynamax Rock Attack, I think it was. Yeah, it's Rock Dynamax. It wasn't Max Rockfall. It was whatever it's called into residual. So it's just even hit even more. And like, sure, it has like 2 quad weaknesses, but then when it's Dynamax, like you can't kill it because Dynamax is so stupid. Like even if you're hitting this thing for quad and it's already taken a Aqua Jet, like it's still just so well. One, it's faster and stronger than you, so it's probably just gonna one shot you even if you resist it. And like in the metagame, there wasn't a lot of things that resisted it. Honestly, just rock and fire are 2 types that are hard to resist. Like it's got to be a rock, not even a rock type, because rock doesn't resist. It's got to be like another rock fire type, but then it has earth power to cover that. So it's just like it was so dumb. It was so frustrating, just like because nothing could switch in it. Nothing could take a hit from this thing. Like realistically, nothing except for like right now, if you know Legends of Arceus Pokemon came into the thing, I'd throw Goodra on my team and not give a shit about this thing. I would never give a shit about this thing. I would throw an Assault Vest Goodra on my team and just never give a shit about this thing. I mean, it still wouldn't love to take a max fire or whatever, but it could kill it. It would kill it back with Hydro Pump or something. But still, it was just like, it was so annoying that like even though it had quad weaknesses, it just like showed how stupid Dynamax could be. And I think it's just like the most polarizing. It's by far the most polarizing offensive Pokemon I think in VGC history. I honestly think that. I think it was just more polarizing than Kangaskhan. It wasn't as good as Kangaskhan because it took a lot of setup and had quad weaknesses and like stuff. So it was like an A tier. It wasn't like the best Pokemon ever, but it was still good. It was still good. And it was just so annoying. It was just so annoying, and you could just like. It was so easy to set up, dude. It really was pretty easy to set up. It's just like if you had a good start, if you literally just like made a good start, then it was like, okay, it's over. You know, you could start it with next to a Milotic or Urshifu Water, and it's just like, well, you know, what are you supposed to start against these two? Like, what in the metagame starts against these two? Like, you're losing to one of these Pokemon, and yeah, it was really annoying. Urshifu is another. Urshifu not really Dynamax as much. It's just like the offensive bullshit this character had was really annoying to deal with. Wicked Blow, it crit you. It goes through Protect. So it's just like you have to have something to tank it, which I think this thing honestly could maybe be higher up on the list. Like I'd probably switch it with Colossal. I think Colossal was a little bit more annoying than it honestly. And I think this one was more annoying than the Water type one. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Rillaboom and Regieleki countered that other one, but like I don't know. Just Urshifu as a whole was a pretty cool Pokemon, but it was just like so annoying how broken it was offensively. Like even if it is resisted by something, like its Wicked Blow just does too much damage, and then has Close Combat, and then has Sucker Punch, and then like it's kind of bulky on the physical side too. Special side, it would drop to a Fairy type move, but then you just like sash it, and it was just like still. Like, crazy offensive Pokemon like this are just so irritating because they're going to have Sash and you can't kill them in one turn. So you're forced to take a hit from it. And it just, like, it'll drop a Pokemon. And it's just like, okay, well, who am I trading to this stupid Brokemon? Brokemon. This is Brokemon. Most annoying Brokemon ever. Yeah, this thing could actually probably go higher up on the list. Like, I'd probably put Scizor in front of it if it wasn't just BDSP. And non-restricted, I feel like, should be higher up here. We'll talk about it later. It's more annoying than probably Celestia, I think. Incineroar. If you follow VGC, you know Incineroar's got to be on this list. It's fun to use, which is annoying to say because it's probably the most invalidating Pokemon ever because it is so ridiculously better than every other defensive Pokemon ever. Ever. Bulky Fire type. Dark typing doesn't really do much, whatever. Bulky Fire type with Intimidate. We've seen it used well with Arcanine. But then it has such a stupid move pool. Fake Out. Very annoying. Snarl, yeah, sure. Like we've seen that on Arcanine. Like I don't love Arcanine, honestly. I don't love the defensive Arcanine. He actually was probably somewhere in the top 20 for this list when I was thinking of Pokemon earlier today. Like in my head, I was like, okay, here's some annoying ones. Arcanine was there, but nowhere close to this list. But Incineroar is just so stupid. And then it has Parting Shot, and it's so bulky. It's so bulky. And then you're still hitting hard with no investment on a Flare Blitz. And this thing is just like, this. Whenever this thing is in the meta, it is without a doubt top 5. Top 3, top 1. I don't remember metas where it's outside of top 1, top 3 most used Pokemon ever. Like, I really don't. It's so good and so polarizing. It's just like you cannot use Arcanine when this thing is here, and you can maybe use Entei, but even then it's just like, oh, just use Incineroar. Like it's there's so many other Pokemon like Dark types and Fire types that are just like, why would you use this Pokemon when you can use Incineroar? Like Umbreon was super cool support of Dark, like bulky Dark type with Snarl and Foul Play and stuff, and it was just like, well, it's just worse than Incineroar. And Umbreon still did good in a format with Incineroar, but it's just like just use Incineroar. It's just a better Pokemon. Like it's just such a good Pokemon. It's just so much better than everything else. That is annoying. And I don't like that. It's imbalanced. It's very imbalanced. This thing needs to not have Fake Out. Just why does it have Fake Out? Why? Why does it have Fake Out? That doesn't make sense. Get rid of some of these moves. Rillaboom. Okay, now we're getting to the top 4. Incineroar. I think Rillaboom forward is where things get very annoying. Like, this is where the Pokemon come in to where if they are legal in a format, I don't want to play that format. Right? It'll sway me in that direction. Rillaboom is the lightest here because it's the only one that I think is fun to use. The rest I think are just straight up stupid. Not like they can be kind of fun, because you're just like winning and that's cool and winning's fun. But like Rillaboom is at least like kind of interesting, kind of fun. Just because I like Grassy Surge, I like Grassy Terrain. But this thing sets up its own Grassy Surge. It has Grassy Glide, which is a priority. Stab, 70 pace grass move. Grassy Terrain also increases the damage on a. Can I show like Grassy Terrain? Grassy Terrain, grass. So it ups grass power, weakens Earthquake, heals you. So this Grassy Glide plus Stab, plus usually plus a Miracle Seed, plus Grassy Terrain was just so stupid offensive. It just murders things. It's just like, oh, even if you're resisted, it's still just gonna do so much damage. Like, it can take a third health away from a Togekiss, which quad resisted, and it's just like, why is this thing so strong? Not to mention it has Fake Out, so you're just it doesn't really matter. Your speed set doesn't really matter because you just Fake Out, and then you have priority Grassy Glide, and you're forced to change the terrain. You're forced to bring Psychic Terrain, which is kind of irritating then too, because then you're forced to bring something to you're forced to bring one specific thing to counter this thing. Rillaboom wasn't a Pokemon that had a myriad amount of counters. It had a couple, Incineroar being one of them, but it would still just kind of shrug off those counters. Sometimes it would just not give a shit about those counters. And you would be forced to bring something like Psychic Terrain for your sets to work solely because of Rillaboom. And I think it was just so polarizing and so annoying. And then the rest of the moves Wood Hammer Knockoff, whatever. It's really just these two. These are the only two moves I care about. You run it a Miracle Seed or a Soul Fest, and it was kind of fun to use. It was satisfying to just blow things up with a stupid offensive grass type. This 194 Grassy Glide that's basically double stab. With a Miracle Seed too, it's just it was so strong. It was so stupid strong. Hated it. Xerneas is the stupid non-restricted Pokemon. I know it's not that good anymore because of Zamazenta, or Zacian, not Zamazenta, because Zacian and Solgaleo, so it actually has some counters now, which is cool, thank God. But the formats until then, which honestly, the fact that it's not good because of Zacian, who's even better than this thing was, is scary. But at least Zacian's cool. At least Zacian's cool. But this thing is just so stupid. It sets up Geomancy. You have to you'd have to taunt it. You'd have to taunt it, but then you'd also have to deal with the Amoonguss it was paired with. So you'd have to Fake Out taunt. You were so forced to bring the specific lead, and if one thing went wrong, you lost the game. This thing was just oh, you lost the game. It gets Geomancy up, it becomes stupid broken, it's like fast, Geomancy raises speed, right? Yeah, it raises speed. So the thing was just like, okay, it's gonna Dazzling Gleam and Moonblast, or maybe it didn't run Moonblast, it ran like Thunderbolt to get through the most steel types, it would just like sit through it or whatever, like it was dumb. It was so dumb. It was just stupid. Plus Fairy Aura just making its Dazzling Gleam ridiculous. It was literally just like, even if you resisted it, it would just like slap the shit out of you with Dazzling Gleam, and it was so dumb. I fought this thing in like 2 games, and I stopped the restricted. This is the first restricted format that I played with this thing with Primals, and I died to this thing like 3 games in a row, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not playing this format. Nope. No. This is the main reason I don't play non-restricted formats, because of Xerneas. And even when Xerneas is not good, it's just like Xerneas is like the prime example of non-restricted Pokemon and how stupid they are and how much I hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. Regieleki is the most cancerous. It's one of the most cancerous things. Regieleki was gonna be number 1 until I remembered Smeargle. Smeargle is stupid. But Regieleki is something that makes me not want to play. It's probably the number 1 thing that I don't like playing Galar Pokedex things, and I'm so mad that they introduced this Pokemon because I think it ruins VGC forever. I think this thing literally ruins VGC forever, which sucks because I love VGC. I love playing it. And in formats where it's not here, it's great. Like when I was playing BDSP, it was just great. I don't know why I felt BDSP just didn't hold my attention as long as I wanted it to. But I loved just I was just playing games and I'm not having to deal with Regieleki and Rillaboom, and I was just like, wow, this is great. This is wonderful. I don't have to deal with this stupid, ridiculous, oversped thing that still does damage, so much damage because Transistor and Magnet, and it's lowering speed. It's got speed, like not this speed with speed control. So like, you don't care that it only has electric and normal type moves. When it's got speed control, and then it's just nuking water types and flying types, and electric is such a good offensive build, and then you can run like Light Clay and Dual Screens, which I actually didn't mind that as much because at least this thing wasn't killing me. It still was, but like at least it wasn't killing me actively. Yeah, this thing it was so annoying, and just like nothing is gonna outspeed this ever. You have to Choice Scarf like a Dragapult, which is like the 2nd fastest Pokemon ever. You have to Choice Scarf stupid things like that. You have to max speed in the sun of Venusaur just to catch this thing. Like it's one of those things that just to outspeed this thing and deal with it, you either had you just like had to have such like limited. There were such limited options to deal with this thing that were like stupid. Like Choice Scarfing a Dragapult is stupid. It is stupid. That thing is so fast. You shouldn't be Choice Scarf. You should be like Choice Spexing that thing. Like that is what Dragapult is supposed to do. It's so fast that you're supposed to Choice Specs this thing. But you now need to like, and like Dragapult wasn't so polarizing of a thing because it wasn't bulky. It had a lot of weaknesses. Like it was good. It's a very good Pokemon. But like it wasn't so polarizing, and it was like cool and had different sets, and it was like just like Regieleki is so dumb. And even in like non-restricted formats, Regieleki is still just so dumb. It's just like, oh, you store Regieleki on. It's just like it's such an annoying Pokemon to look at. Like look at this little thing. I hate it. Look at it. It looks cool. I love this design. It actually looks really cool. Really, really cool. But I hate it. I hate this thing so much. Why? Why would they do this? Why would they do this? Why would they do this? Okay, quick tangent. Pokemon as a company will make a Pokemon like Hisuian Decidueye. Where's Hisuian Decidueye? Who has awful defensive typing, awful defenses, and is so slow. Or they'll make normal Decidueye, who is so slow. They'll just make random Pokemon so slow. Samurott. So slow. Why are you so slow? Who else? Blaziken without speed boost? I mean, they gave it speed boost, which is dumb. But like Blaziken, what? Why is it so slow? Like, why are some of these Pokemon so slow? And then they go ahead and they make Regieleki, which is like take this speed, take all of this speed, Give this Pokemon 0 speed. Take this speed and put it into Pokemon that needs speed, like Samurott, like Decidueye, like I don't know. I can't think of other Pokemon off the top of my head. There's just like plenty of other Pokemon, like Crocodile could use some more speed. Why? Mamoswine could use more speed. Why is Mamoswine like 80 speed? You know, like Samurott. Why is Samurott slow? Why is Samurott so slow? Why is Decidueye so slow? These Pokemon are unusable because they're so slow. And then you make this. It's just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it. You make you make some Pokemon unusable because they're so slow. And then you make this thing, which is so perfectly usable. It's like the perfect Pokemon for VGC because it has speed control and it's good typing. It's just like, oh my god. Why is it this fast? It's so dumb. It is so dumb. Oh, you have a Choice Scarf Dragapult to outspeed me? Guess what? Boom! Outspeed me now, motherfucker. It's, what? Just for a ha-ha, just to say ha-ha, screw you, catch me now, motherfucker. Catch me now. What's up? Now I'm bulky. It's annoying. I hate this thing so much. I hate it. I wish it didn't have a cool design, because at least I like looking at it, but then I hate fighting it. I like looking at it, but I hate seeing it. Smeargle having every ability ever. He's so annoying because when it had Dark Void, it was the stupidest thing ever. Even with Spore, it's so annoying. It's just so stupid. It's annoying. Smeargle, and then it has Spiky Shield. It just like does whatever it wants. It just has any combination of stupid moves. Smeargle is just the most annoying Pokemon ever. Don't use Smeargle, please. Just be a good person. I hate Regieleki. This is a Regieleki hate video. I hate you. I hate you. Hate it, hate it, hate it. And that's gonna do it for the video, guys. This is my top 10 toxic Pokemon. We got the non-restricted formats. We have Celestia when it first came out. We have BDSP Scizor, Urshifu, was really dumb, Colossal, and honestly just Dynamax as a whole. I just don't like Dynamax very much. Incineroar, broken support Pokemon, Rillaboom, Grassy Glide, annoying. Xerneas is the reason why I hate non-restricted Pokemon. Regieleki makes me want to not play VGC, and Smeargle is evil. Evil! Alright, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Thanks for tuning into this one. Hope you enjoyed this silly content of me just rambling about how I love Pokemon, but I hate Pokemon. I hope you guys have been having fun with Arceus, with Pokemon Unite, with any Pokemon you're enjoying. I love Pokemon, don't get me wrong. I love the series of Pokemon. It's probably my second favorite. It's probably my third favorite series. Fire Emblem, Zelda, Pokemon. I love it so much. I love Pokemon. I love all the different games of Pokemon. Arceus, main series game, Nuzlocke, VGC, Unite is a lot of fun. I love Pokemon so much. Don't get me wrong. It's not a I hate Pokemon video. But I do hate, sometimes I hate the decisions they make with like speed, like Decidueye and Samurott, or some of my favorite Pokemon. I want to use them in competitive and they're so slow. And then they go ahead and make something like Regieleki, which is just like a slap in the face to me as someone who wants to use these Pokemon, as someone who wants to innovate with Pokemon. Like, I made a Zigzagoon work. I actually want to, before I end this video, I just want to show you guys the Zigzagoon set I made, because it was hilarious, and it actually worked. This thing actually worked out. It was Eviolite. It was, I think it was pickup. It was pickup or quick feed. Actually, I think it was pickup because if I ever got knockoffed, it would just pick up an item. It would it would just grab another item. I think it was either this or it was quick feed. I can't remember. It wasn't gluttony. Anyway, item didn't matter. It was, or ability didn't matter. I pretty much just used like, it was Super Fang, Growl, what was it, Q-Charm or Baby Doll Eyes? Whichever one has priority. This. So yeah, Super Fang to cut their HP in half. I was just lowering attack left and right. And Thunder Wave. I think it was Thunder Wave. What's it? That was at the end. And this was back when Thunder Wave was 100% accurate. So it was so funny. I think it was Thunder Wave. It was either Thunder Wave or Helping Hand. I think I switched between. I think I just sat there and went with Helping Hand at the end. Tickle was another one I thought about using. I think I used Tickle on over Growl sometimes. I played with a couple different sets, but it was something like Super Fang, Helping Hand, raising or lowering attack and stuff, and it would just sit there. It would just sit there like this. It was hilarious. It didn't do damage. It just sat there like this, and it was the most hilarious support Pokemon ever because no one ever, they just saw a Zigzagoon and they were like, what the hell is that? And then they just kept going. Meanwhile, my like Tyranitar or something was living forever because this thing just keeps lowering their attack, and then by the time they go to try to kill it, it's got Eviolite and their attack super low. So if it wasn't a special attacker, which like then my special defensive Tyranitar was taking care of special attackers in the meta, it was just something funny. It was so funny. I think I had like Snarl right next to it too. I had something like a Suicune with Snarl right next to it too, just to like extra you're not touching me, you're not hurting me. Cute little Zigzagoon. It was a fun Pokemon to use, and I loved doing stuff like that in VGC. You know, I don't want to make it work, but I love using my favorite Pokemon and using silly Pokemon like that and making them work in VGC. And some of the Pokemon on this list just make that not possible, and that's the one issue I do have with some formats in VGC. And that's what this video is basically. So. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this content. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I hope you guys love Pokemon as much as I do. And anyway, that's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one.